Hello and welcome to the channel. And for today's video we are doing some Masterverse updates, works in progress, and just tiny little things that I've done so far to a few figures. Before I go into the video, I just want to say thank you to everyone that has been checking out the channel lately. A few weeks ago we hit 200 subscribers, so that is awesome. Thank you. Earlier in the year, actually, I think it was around late March, is when we hit 100 subscribers. So in virtually half the time that we got 100, we managed to double that to 200. We're at close to I think we're at 205 or 206 the last time I checked, yesterday. But yeah, the channel is slowly gaining steam, so thank you everyone that has been checking out my videos. Appreciate everyone, and also everyone that drops a comment as well. I respond to everyone, so thank you. So with this video, just a quick update on some figures. So let's get to it. So first, let's start with the Teela. This Teela is one of the two that I got, and this one is the one that has the frowny face with the bun hair that I did the swap. So this one has been fully, well, not fully, but I mean, repainted. Let me bring in the other one that is still stock just for comparison. Give me 1 second. So let me just move these guys out of the way. We'll get to all of these in just a second. So here we have the Teelas. So as you can see, quite some drastic changes here from one and the other. I repainted all of the yellow paint that was from the original into gold. I mean, this is supposed to be gold, but this is what what real gold paint should look like. So yeah, I used, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know if the camera is going to be able to pick up, because even on the naked eye, it's hard to perceive. But I did use two different paints, two different types of gold paint. One's a little darker than the other, but it's not super contrasty, so unless you're really looking at it, you're not gonna tell, and that's fine. I'm not too bothered. That I mean, I could have done something to darken up the paint, but I just let it be. I don't mind if it looks like it's one-tone gold, but I did use two different golds just to let's see, to highlight some of the ribbing, I don't know what you call it, the bands, things on like the bands, and here on the ornamentation of her outfit, and things of that nature, like the belt. So there are certain areas where there is a different type of gold. So let me bring it a little closer here. So all of this is just hand painted. The you can see her from the waist compared to the original. This portion here in the middle, her midsection. This is just all of that paint removed. So this is the base plastic. I actually did try and paint white just to get it to get a brighter white than from the plastic, because underneath, if you're, let me give you some insight here. Underneath, the plastic has, I don't know, you're gonna be able to tell. No, maybe it's not too visible on this one. But the plastic does have like a white, it is white, a greenish hue to it, because of some of the, I guess, I don't know, chemicals, the paint and whatnot, not the paint, the paint that they used and everything. So the white plastic did have like some slight greenish tinge to it. So it took a lot, and I mean a lot of work to try and get this as bright white as possible without having to repaint it, because like I said, the plan was to actually repaint all of this to a brighter white, but without being able to remove her upper body portion, you know, separating, because I don't think this is separate. I don't think this is you can separate this easily without maybe breaking the figure. Although there is like a hinge, I don't know if it's a ball hinge on the inside or what. So I'm not gonna try and rip the figure apart. So it's kind of hard to get into those parts underneath the you know, to try and get the paint underneath there, and then add a clear, and then try and get it to dry, you know. So it's a hard, you can see some paint rub up there. I can retouch that, but yeah, so if you're gonna try and repaint her white, or repaint over the white plastic, I recommend maybe just try and stick with try and get the plastic as white as possible, and try and avoid, her head's a little jiggly, try to avoid you know, painting it, and just try and stick with the white plastic. But yeah, so this is the first of the two customs. I think it's on the ball hinge where this is getting jiggly, because it's not on the ball hinge itself. I think it's on the head. I need to reinforce inside the head sculpt. Try and tighten it up a little. I don't know why it's a little jiggly, but anyway, this is the first of the two Teela customs. This the second one. I also repainted the sword. You can still see some of that. I need to repaint the blade, because you can see some of that original yellow green. Yeah, that goldish paint that they use. It bled through. So I need to repaint the blade in a silver. The shield also was repainted, again using that two-tone gold. So for the outer edges and these, you know, these circles, I used the darker gold, and the brighter gold is for the shield that on the inside. Oh, I just noticed I forgot to paint the parts where the the straps lock on into the shield. So I need to paint those. I think those were gonna be silver, so I need to repaint that. But yeah, all in all, this is pretty much a classic looking Teela. Here you can see pretty much the two golds. Here you can see a clear gold and a darker gold there. All right, hopefully. The tiara also got a paint job. So so yeah, it's this is pretty much a reinterpretation of her original look from the cartoon, where her upper portion of her her uniform had all gold. as compared to later versions that was more white and gold, you know, like this. So for this version, I still don't know what I'm gonna do. So I may just try something more original, since I already have this, which is sticking to the classic look. So I may try something else here on this one. Her shield is completely gold. This is spray. That shield was hand painted. This is spray paint gold, so it's a little more even, right? And that's just one color. One thing I'm also planning on maybe doing on that one is a a little butt lift on Teela, because Teela kind of has no butt. If you check out her, you know, it's kind of got like a flat booty. So maybe just sculpt something additional there to give her a little more form, right? So there is that with Teela. Let's look at the next one. This is a quick one. So this is the Barbarian Skeletor from the new Eternia part of the subline of Masterverse. This one came with the a more classic looking head. Well, let me bring that one in as well. A more classic looking head, and the new shoulder, the new shoulder pieces and everything. So this is the original Skeletor from Revelations, with the head from the new Eternia, and the whole chest piece here. And this one is the new Eternia version with my custom head. So this one is still even looking a little more. I put on the custom head that I had given this guy, because this looks a little more closer to a classic Skeletor. This is fine for like a more modern version, and this is even better for a classic version of Skeletor. And to give him, since Skeletor, this one didn't come with a sword. This one came with a I don't know what's I forget what that sword is called. The one that's a little curvy. But anyway, I gave him the sword that was from the Faker set, and I repainted it in a metallic, custom metallic purple paint. You know, just to homage the original figures, because Skeletor did come with his own power sword, which was purple. So I decided to give him the one that came with Faker, because the Faker is going to be something else later. So I repainted all of this. That's in metallic purple. This was orange. So I just, you know, did a quick repaint. I had to custom make the metallic paint. And yeah, it was just a quick repaint on the sword here, and gave it to Skeletor here, who again looks a little more classic looking. Even the color that I used to repaint the hood kind of matches better than on that one. So I think I'm gonna keep this version and keep that one like that. And of course, just a couple days ago, the Mattel announced the 40th anniversary 2-pack set that's coming out for the San Diego Comic-Con. If all goes well, I am planning on going and shooting some footage. But there's still some things up in the air, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. But if I do, I will be recording some stuff and showing it to you guys. But anyway, they announced the new 40th anniversary 2-pack. That is an exclusive, which comes with the 40th anniversary He-Man that they had announced a while back. But they announced a Skeletor that they had not announced, that we all kind of suspected would eventually come out, because you can't have a He-Man without a Skeletor, you know, to put up to make the set, right? So they're doing that first for Comic-Con as an exclusive. I'm pretty sure they're gonna release the Skeletor later. But the cool thing about that Skeletor is he kind of looks like this Skeletor, except he has a hinged jaw, so you can move the jaw, and the color scheme is a little closer to this one. I believe they also redid the upper body like they did for the He-Man, for the 40th anniversary He-Man, because the 40th anniversary He-Man does have a new chest sculpt and a more classic looking head. Yeah. It's funny how when I made my custom He-Man with the classic looking head from the Origins figures, a few weeks later they announced the 40th anniversary He-Man, and everybody was you know, some of the comments that I've gotten was like, oh, I mean, yours looks even better than the 40th anniversary. I mean, I don't. That's up to you guys to decide. I like how my version came, and I would really like to have the 40th anniversary also. So because that one also has the hinge that you can, you know, you can give them a proper sword aloft pose, right? But anyway, and then when I did this swap, I mean, I got this figure. I got it, you know, over a month ago. I just haven't done anything, you know, worth doing a video for, just for him. So I decided to do a bunch of these guys and together in this video. But when I did this swap on it, and then a couple of days ago they announced the 40th anniversary, I was like, oh, it kind of looks like mine. So yeah. Again, this is something that you guys can easily do. If you have one of the Skeletors from the original releases of the Origins line, right? You can you can make your own custom classic looking Skeletor now, using the new Eternia Skeletor. All right, so on this one, I haven't done anything. And then let's bring in real quick this guy. So this is the custom He-Man done from the Savage He-Man. So he has the, again, for those who didn't see that video, he does have the loincloth that came with the Faker, along with the extra armor. And he has the head from the Faker that had the glowing red eyes. So I've repainted the eyes on this one to blue. Okay. And then I repainted the harness in silver. This is Tamiya chrome silver. I did paint it all, the harness, except to where the straps come through. I didn't want to have any issues. Come on. There we go. I didn't want to have any issues of threading these connecting points, right? So I just got up to here to the notch, the first notch, and left it at that. But everything else is repainted, you know, using the Tamiya paint. I repainted this harness easily about 5 to 10 times, because I tried different paints. They wouldn't stick. I use spray paints. I use cars. I used car paint. I used different. You know, it was just not getting the results that I wanted. And then eventually I was like, well, screw it. Let's just use the Tamiya paint. And lo and behold, that's the one that's sticking. It's not rubbing off. This has no clear or anything, right? So this is the Tamiya silver, gold. I'm sorry, chrome silver, and this is a custom metallic black paint, that metallic red paint that I mixed myself to do these parts here on the harness. So eventually I'm gonna repaint these as well, all of these parts. Still trying to figure out if I'm going to get, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get the I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get the 40th anniversary single release when it comes out. He has the bracers and the belt in the traditional orange color. So I don't want to do gold on this guy because I did gold for this guy. So this is of course this is the Viking He-Man, and on this guy I've done a little more work. So I got both the Skeletor and the new Eternia Skeletor and He-Man at the same time. And on this guy I've done a little more work. So first on the furry fluffy parts that he has here on the boots and on his wrist guard, I gave them a bit of a wash. Sorry, I gave them a bit of a wash using a light gray. All right, so you can see how this looks. Eventually, I'm planning on doing the same to Teela's boots, because she also has the white furry boots. And then I gave the loincloth here an orange wash with orange paint. Orange, yeah, you can see some of it. Sorry if I'm gonna a close-up of He-Man's crotch, but let's see. All right, you can see the wash over the all over the texture here, the He-Man booty. And you're seeing some of the stuff that went over some tiny overspray there on the gold on his lower back, because this was spray painted, so I had to do some masking. But if there was still some tiny bleed through that I had to clean up afterwards. But this is gold spray paint. It's the same that I used for the shield that I showed you earlier for Teela. And then his axe, again, this is all spray painted. This is using the silver is from the duplicolor silver that I got. Well, actually, it's a quote-unquote chrome, but it looks more silver. So I painted the axe silver, and the red, the gold parts, I repainted those by hand using some of that gold paint that I had used for the Teela. And his sword, I haven't repainted the sword yet. I mean, it has its own, you can see, it has its own thing going on, right? But, again, I'm not sure if I like that it's kind of sparkly instead of like an old, clean, silver look, like this. Eventually, I'm going to repaint the harness as well, sort of to look like this. And then just do a wash on his hair as well. I'm also thinking, though I'm not sure, you can see that the head sculpt, the hair might be a little bit off to the right. It's a little off-centered because you can see how this part here, let me grab something to point with. You can see how part of his hair touches, come on, focus. His eyebrow touches the hair on this end, but there's a little more space open right here. So I'm thinking of removing the hair piece and slightly moving it a little more to the right to give him a little more space so that the hair isn't touching the brow. And it might correct some of the issues that people are having with this head sculpt, because it's part of what makes it look weird, in my opinion. So by fixing the hair position, I think it might do it might make the whole thing look better overall. So and you know, it just hit me as I did this angle. Doesn't this guy kind of look like Tom Berenger? Tom Berenger of you know, Platoon, Major League, you know? Doesn't this guy look a little bit like Tom Berenger? I don't know, let me know in the comments below. So yeah, so the bracers were painted gold, same as like the belt and right here. And then the leathery part of his bracer here on this one was also repainted brown. And that's it for this guy. And that's it. Yeah, I guess that's it for this video in general. So let me just put, oh, his shoulder. Oh, I also did a wash on the boots. Alright, same for like the loincloth. I still have to repaint his knife. But yes, his shoulder pads I also did repaint. Here they are. I still have to do the gray wash over the parts here that are like the fluffy parts. But yeah, so that's that's it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. If you have any suggestions of how I should approach this guy over here, as far as you know, should I just stick with the gold, or should I try something else? And or what, you know, what other suggestions you may have for that guy. So yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.